You watch a grown man cry on a soccer field. Something in your chest tightens. He has more trophies, money, and fame than a single human career should hold. Yet tears run down his face because his ultimate dream just slipped away. You feel that pain. Why does a stranger's loss hit you so deeply? The real answer has nothing to do with soccer. It is about a strange evolutionary trap inside your skull. Your brain does not let go of unfinished things. It clings to them. It wakes you up at 3 in the morning with a conversation you should have ended differently or a goal you never reached. Psychologists call this the Zeigarnik effect. In the 1920s, Soviet psychologist Bluma Zeigarnik sat in a Vienna cafe with her mentor, Kurt Lewin. She noticed something odd about the waiter. He remembered every single unpaid order in perfect, complex detail. But the moment a bill was paid, the memory vanished completely. Why does the mind hold data only until it is finished? Zeigarnik took this to the lab. She gave participants simple puzzles and tasks. Halfway through, she interrupted them on some, but let them finish others. Later, she asked them to recall the tasks. People remembered the interrupted tasks twice as often as the completed ones. A finished task gets filed away. An unfinished task stays open like a browser tab. Your brain refuses to close. Logically, victories should matter more. They have results. Yet your mind obsessively returns to the gap where something was supposed to happen. Why does one unanswered text feel louder than 10 answered ones? Your brain is built to chase resolution, not celebration. This was once a survival mechanism. Think about your ancestors. An unfinished hunt meant starvation. An unfinished escape meant death. A brain that forgot unfinished business got its owner killed. The tension of incompletion kept tasks alive long enough to get them done. You inherited that exact survival circuit. Decades later, researchers proved how powerful this trap is. In 1982, psychologist Kenneth McGraw gave participants a puzzle with no solution. Some were interrupted, others worked as long as they wanted. When told to stop, a striking number refused. They kept trying to solve an impossible, rewardless puzzle. The unfinished task became an obsession. Does that sound familiar? This is the mechanism underneath Cristiano Ronaldo's tears. He played 27 World Cup matches over 20 years. He broke records most players cannot touch. But that one specific task was interrupted before completion, staying open in his mind like an unpaid bill. He tried to manually close it in interviews, but his wiring refused. There is a second layer to this pain. In the 1970s, psychologists Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky discovered how your brain weighs losses. Losing something feels twice as intense as gaining it. Kahneman later won a Nobel Prize for this concept, called loss aversion. Think about a simple coin flip. Heads, you win $100. Tails, you lose $100. Mathematically, it is a fair bet, yet most people refuse it. The anticipated pain of losing outweighs the pleasure of winning. Your brain is a machine tilted toward protecting resources because an ancient loss meant death. Now combine these two forces. You have an unfinished goal your brain cannot file away, paired with a loss that hits twice as hard as an equivalent win. This combination runs inside you right now. It is the degree you did not finish or the relationship that ended without an explanation. Your brain keeps replaying them, begging for closure. But there is a counterintuitive twist. Your brain does not actually need the trophy. Later studies found that simply making a specific plan to finish an interrupted task reduces intrusive thoughts completely. The mind does not need a perfect ending. It just needs a resolution that convinces it the story is over. Ronaldo was not just crying for a trophy. He was crying because a 20-year story reached its final page without the ending his mind had rehearsed since youth. The story kept getting interrupted, reopening the same mental tab for 2 decades. You do this every day. It is the unanswered email or the book left half read. Incomplete things get priority processing in your head. It is not laziness. It is an ancient survival circuit running in a modern world. So how do you quiet the ache? You do not need a trophy. You need a deliberate act of closure. Write down an ending, make a plan, or say the words out loud. Your brain is not asking you to win. It is asking you to let the story end so the tab can close. You watch a grown man cry on a soccer field. Something in your chest tightens. Now you know why. It was never about the game.